Bonde Mataram. Welcome to the third day of English classes. For 2 days, we have been continuing the lesson A Letter to God. From yesterday's class, from previous classes, we have properly noticed about Lencho's family, the intimate relationship with his fields, requirement of fields, the fulfilled prediction of Lencho, metaphorical presentation of raindrops, damaging effect of the cornfields, the role of hailstorm and locust, Lencho's hopeless situations, solitary hope of God, mailing letter to God, the postmaster's charitable provision or famed resolutions, how Lencho and the postmaster trouble to their situations. The postmaster's contentment of charitable works. Today we have to discuss about the second letter to God. The second letter to God of Lencho. The second letter of Lencho. We have well noticed that Lencho was an American poor farmer. He used to live with his family by cultivation. His requirements, his fields requirements were a little bit of rain to cultivate his land. Then, when Lencho's prediction became true, at the time he was very much excited, and compared to the drops of rains with new coins, he was fully excited. And when the excitement begins there, arises there, at the time a hailstorm gave a hard pull and destroyed all the cornfield of the American farmer. So Lencho stood there as a hopeless, having lost the hope at the very beginning, at the very moment. He put the strong faith on God. The first conflict of this lesson was seen between the man and the nature. Lencho's hope, Lencho's fulfilled prediction, smooth running, as well as nature's role against Lencho's surviving. Then Lencho was mailing the letter. Lencho was writing the letter, and there on the first letter, the content was only the destructions of the cornfield through hailstorm and a plague of locusts. At the time, Lencho was troubled, Lencho troubled to post the letter for asking some amount of money, some amount of pesos to God. On the other hand, the postmaster also troubled to do the charitable provision, not to break the writer's faith, the sender's faith on God. So he made a resolution. From that resolution, he gathered, reassembled 70 pesos of money and sent to Lencho and addressed it on the envelope from God. When Lencho noticed, Lencho confided that the asking money, the needed money is to come, surely to come. But when he noticed that only 70 pesos of money are needed at that time, Lencho grew angry. He stayed in the anger-like situation. So, Lencho wrote the second letter. Actually, Lencho had no doubt that God had given the 70 pesos. He was sure that the needed money will definitely come. Then in this paragraph, today's paragraph, listen. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. What was the idea? The idea was to provide, to do the act of charity. We have noticed here. And the postmaster collected sum of money, asked his friends, employees, whatever, they collected 70 pesos and sent to Lencho. It was impossible for him to gather the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only little more than half. He put the money in an envelope and addressed it to Lencho. Here, the postmaster's letter, the postmaster himself was the sender and Lencho was the receiver. With it, a letter containing a single word signature God from God. The next Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter to him, if any letter came to him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him. It was the postman himself. The postman handed the letter to Lencho, while the postmaster, experiencing the satisfaction. Contentment here contentment means satisfaction. Who was satisfied? The postmaster was satisfied. Why? For his charitable provision, for his helping the poor farmer, for unbreaking the ardent faith of the poor farmer. The postmaster got satisfied for his charitable provision, charitable works, for the act of charity, because he knew that he performed a good deed, noble deed, looked on from his office. So the next Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier. Why? He had waited if any letter had come to him. At the time, the postmaster himself handed the letter. After handing the letter, the postmaster got satisfied, contented for the act of provision. Next, Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on getting the money. Here, Lencho did not know that only 70 pesos of money had been arrived. Lencho had no slightest surprise on seeing the money. Why? He was confided. He was confided that he has the confidence that confidentially he stood there that the asking money, the needed money is bound to come, because he was the ardent believer, strong believer of God. But he became angry. When he counted the money, when Lencho counted the money, when the postman handed the letter, Lencho was sure that his demand had been fulfilled. But when he tore the envelope and counted the money, Lencho grew angry. Lencho became angry. Why? God could not have made the mistake. Lencho said it was not the God who had made the mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Lencho's request to God was partially fulfilled. Lencho's request to God was partially fulfilled. God could not have denied. God could not have done the mistake. Lencho strongly said so, strongly thought so. Lencho suspected here, doubted here all the postal employees. May they be doing something wrong. Lencho thought that the postal employees might be doing something wrong, wrong due to lack of human conscience. Immediately, last paragraph. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. It was the preparation for second letter to God. On the public writing table, he started to write. With much wrinkling his brow, caused by effort he had to make express his ideas. Lencho was shocked. Why? He knew that God could not have done that mistake, and he suspected on the postal employees. And there he wrinkled his brow on writing the second letter. Caused by effort he had made to express his ideas. On the letter he expressed his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a postal stamp, which he licked and then affixed to the envelope, fixed on the envelope, and blow of his fist. A strong blow had been given to the stamp on the letter. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, Lencho's second letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. The postmaster, not the postman. The postmaster went there and opened it. It said, the letter said, Lencho's second letter said, God, of the money that I asked for, or of the money I asked for, Lencho asked only 100 pesos to cultivate his land. Lencho asked for only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much. Send me the rest. He further demanded, you send me the rest since means because I needed it. Lencho needed it very much. But don't send it through the mail. I have told you that Lencho had suspected on the postal employees, not the God. Here, look at this sentence, but don't send it. Don't send the rest amount of money, means 30 pesos. 70 pesos had been reached the rest amount of money, 30 pesos. Don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Here, crooks means a group of dishonest people. Lencho addressed the postal employees, all the postal employees, a bunch of crooks, a group of dishonest people. Here, the second conflict was mentioned. First of all, in this lesson, the first conflict was between man and nature. The second conflict was between man and man. Why? Lencho knew that God has given the money. God has given the money. Lencho was ignored. Lencho did not know how the postal employees, the postmaster, how they troubled a lot to make the charitable provision. The provision of collecting 70 pesos was completely unknown to the sender, Lencho. But they showed their humanities. The postal employees showed their humanities, as well as they, even though they laughed at finding the first letter, they showed their humanity. But Lencho was only one-sided. He thought about only God. He doubted on the human works, human earth. He suspected on the postal employees. Here, this was completely a conflict between man and man. Lencho thought that 30 pesos had been applied for any bad deed, but they did a good deed. First deed DID, second deed DEED. The postal employees did a good deed, noble works of collecting or gathering money, making the charitable provision, but it was unnoticed to the sender. So that all this lesson, letter to God, was completely two conflicts. But this lesson shows that how should we put faith on God. This is the lesson all about. Let us go next. Page number, today's exercise, a relative clause, page number 15. Look, non-defining relative clause. Okay. two sentences are given here. My mother is going to host a TV show on cooking. Second, she cooks very well. My mother is going to host a TV show on cooking. She cooks very well. My mother, who cooks very well, is going to host a TV show on cooking. You have to combine these two sentences into one. After that, you have to notice what is defining, what is non-defining. Defining means the noun, that word that is to be defined. Here, look at the example. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, looked at the sky. Here, Lencho looked at the sky. We can understand. Lencho was identified in the sentence. Lencho was, throughout the morning, Lencho looked at the sky. Lencho was identified here. Who knew his fields intimately is unnecessary there, so that it is non-defining relative clause. Next, 2. Our institution is highly popular. It works for public welfare. Here our institution, subject, it, pronoun. Our institution which works for public welfare is highly popular. You have to go through. Our institution is identified, so that it is non-identifying relative clause. First of all, you join the two sentences, then I will give its answers. Two sentences are given here. First of all, you join the two sentences. Today I will give another exercise, and the letter to God has completed here. Some exercise of grammar, word related vocabulary will be given soon. Vande Mataram.